Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have filmed this makeup look for you. It was kind of a little bit of a chatty video. I didn't really talk a lot, but I did speak you through all the products that I was using. So if you're interested to find out how I achieved this, then just carry on watching. Okay, so please just ignore the fact that this lighting is making me look pretty orange right now, and the fact that you can see all my makeup down here. We're getting there with this setup, I promise. One day I will be able to do this properly and not just try and wing it, which I do every single time. Anyway, I am literally doing my makeup just to film another video, so I thought you might want to see how I do my makeup. Do a little quick get ready with me, and yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to quickly start by putting a little bit of moisturiser on the drier areas of my face. And to do this, I'm literally just using a Nivea one. This is the Nivea Refreshingly Soft Moisturising Cream, just a really like standard all-round moisturiser, and I'm just going to put this around my nose because it's quite dry at the moment, and a little bit on my chin. And I also find that I get really dry here. No idea why, but I do, so I'm going to put some there as well. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid, and this shade is in 48 Sun Beige. It is literally run out, so I'm also going to take an empty Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer, and I'm going to use the wand to get the foundation out of this pot. I'm just going to dot this all over my face. I have already tried to film this video, but the lighting was just horrendous because I use the Sony a5000 camera, and it has this skin softener on, which I do actually have on now because I just couldn't sort out the lighting with it off. But I just find that with makeup videos, it's hard to kind of see exactly what I'm doing because I don't know if you can tell, but it does make your eyebrows go a bit funny. They kind of look really sparse. So I wanted to turn it off to be able to do a makeup look. But when I turned it off, then it was just like I had to adjust the exposure myself, and that's fine. Like I usually would be able to do it, but on this camera, I just looked green. And I have no idea why. Because I have also just bought some lights, which is why hopefully the video quality is going to be much better now, and it just means that I can film at night and literally just film whenever I want to. Especially now we're getting into the autumn and winter months, it gets dark so much quicker, so I can't use natural light anymore, which is what I usually do. So yeah, I just went and bought some studio lights. These were literally £50 off Amazon, and I've got two of them, and they were £50 for a set of two. So I will link them below because I would highly recommend them if you're looking for some really inexpensive lights. But yeah, anyway, now I have them. Hopefully my videos are going to be more consistent, but also better quality at that. So yeah, subscribe if you're new and you don't want to miss any videos. Back to what I was saying, basically when you then put the skin softener on, it also detects your face, so it means that I'm constantly in focus, but also it adjusts the exposure for me. So I kind of just had to just keep it on, and I hope that the video quality is okay and you can still see what I'm doing. We should just buy myself a new tub of this, but you know. So for ages I have been using a sponge to blend my foundation out, but recently I have been using this Real Techniques contour brush. It's just a really small brush, and I just like to kind of buff it into my skin, which to be fair, when I first started using sponges I didn't ever think that I would go back to brushes, but for some reason I've been liking doing it like this. Obviously this foundation is going to be a little bit darker than the rest of my body, but it is because my face didn't see as much sun as my body did because I burned so easily on my face. So I kind of kept that in the shade. Also, apologies for looking down. I'm obviously having to use a handheld mirror because I don't have one in front of me, so it's the only way I'm going to be able to see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to just take a much bigger stippling brush and just blend this down my neck. So now I'm looking more and more like an orange. I'm going to take the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Concealer and put this in triangles under my eyes. This one is in the shade Light. And then I'm just going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose, tiny bit on my forehead, and the tiniest bit on my chin. Now with under eye concealer, obviously because I'm using this to brighten my under eyes, I like to let it sit in a little bit and so it soaks into your skin, because I just feel like if you blend it out straight away, it just kind of removes the product. So I like to let this sit on my face for a minute or so, and then I will use this, I believe it's called Loca Beauty London, I think that's how it's pronounced, but I will leave their Instagram down below because these sponges are from them and they are really, really good. So now that it's had a little bit of time to sink in, I'm going to go in with this sponge and blend that out. These sponges are quite hard, but I actually don't mind that when I'm using it to blend out concealer, just because I feel like it doesn't pick up as much product. I do prefer softer sponges though, but to be fair, this one is quite useful when it comes to under eye concealer. So now that's all blended out, I'm going to put a little bit more colour back into my face. So I'm now going to use the BUXOM Cosmetics Hot Escapes bronzer in the shade Thati, which just looks like this. And I'm just going to use this to bronze up the entire face. I'm using the Real Techniques powder brush to do this. And as I say, I do literally just put this all over my face just to bronze it up a bit. So now I've done that and I'm not going to actually contour. I'm just going to run my foundation brush underneath that line to kind of create a little bit more of a sharp line, so it gives the illusion of contouring, but without actually using any product. This is basically just a lazy way of contouring. But as you can see, it does kind of sharpen up that line and make it look as though you have contoured your face when you haven't. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my brows, and to fill them in I'm going to be using 2 of the Sleek brow kits, one in light and one in dark, and I just mix these 2 together just because I feel like that gives me the best shade personally. I'm just taking the brush and combing through my brows first to kind of get rid of any foundation that is stuck on them. I really need to get my eyebrows done. They are long overdue. So my eyebrows are quite short at the end, as you can see, so I do draw on the ends of my eyebrows just with the wax in this palette. Why is it that one eyebrow takes 2 seconds and the other one takes about 2 years to do? And I'm just going to run a little bit of the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer underneath them and carve them out a little bit. I'm mainly doing this because I know they need to be plucked, so if I do this it will kind of hide that factor. And then I'm just blending this out using the other side of that Eco Tools brush. I do think this makes such a difference to your eyebrows. What did we do before YouTube? This concealer is in the shade 1, which I think is fair. It's always really strange filming makeup videos because usually I'd be listening to music or watching YouTube or something while I'm getting ready, and obviously I can't do that on YouTube. I can't play music because of copyright, so I've just got to sit here in silence and speak to you guys, which to be fair I don't mind. Okay, so eyebrows are done and I'm now going to move on to my eyes. When I was ordering these lights on Amazon, I did actually come across this W7 palette. Now I used to have so much W7 makeup when I was younger because it's just so cheap. So I saw this and I really like the colours in it. I think it's really autumnal and just looks like quite a good palette to have in your makeup bag, especially for the price that it was. I honestly think this was like a couple of quid or something. It's so cheap. So I wanted to give it a go. I tried it out yesterday and it's not amazing, but it's not awful as well. And obviously you're not going to get an amazing palette for a couple of quid. So for the price that it is, I honestly would say that it is worth it. So I think I'm going to do quite a pinky look on my eyes. I will zoom you guys in a bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Oh wow, that's a bit close. So all over my lid, I'm going to be taking a mix of these 2 colours here. I have a massive Pretty Little Thing order to haul for you guys, and I tried to film the video yesterday and I accidentally left the face filtering off, so it just meant that I kept going in and out of focus because the camera, I don't even know what it was doing, to be fair. It was just not my friend yesterday, so that video didn't really go to plan and I'm going to have to refilm it anyway. But I then went to edit it just to see if I could like use it or salvage it in any way, and I realised I didn't even put a highlight on. Like, I didn't put a highlighter on. How could you forget to put a highlighter on? I suppose it's a good thing that I'm going to have to refilm it because, I don't know, it makes such a difference to your face, especially on camera. I just look really flat. So I don't know if you can see, but I do have a little bit of fallout on my cheek here from this eyeshadow palette. But as I say, £2, don't expect the world of this palette. It is quite pigmented though. It does look very different on camera than it does in real life. Another annoying thing about the Sony a5000 is the fact that it overheats after like 20 minutes of filming, so I just had to let my camera cool down. But now we're back. So all I really did while I was away was put a little bit of concealer on my eyelids just so I can put some glitter on them and hopefully it'll pop a little bit more rather than just putting it straight on top of either foundation or a different eyeshadow. So I'm now going to be using this shimmery colour here in the top corner, and I'm going to put this all over the centre of my lid. And then obviously just the same for the other eye. Considering how cheap this palette is, this is actually quite pigmented. Obviously now I've zoomed closer in, you can see the pink much more clearer. And I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. Okay, now I do want that to be much more shimmery, so I'm now going to take mary-louminizer and I'm going to put this over the top. But I am just going to focus this on the centre of my eyelid. As you can see, it just makes it so much brighter than the other side. And then I'm just going to take the smudge end of this EcoTools brush and go back in with the W7 palette. And I'm going to use this darker colour down here and run this under my lower lash line. Now I'm going to move on to liquid liner, and for this I'm using the Rimmel Glam Eyes, and I want this to be as straight of a line as possible because I am going to be putting lashes on and I just feel like a straight wing looks better than a kind of curved one. So here goes nothing. Okay, so that is one wing done, and now I'm going to have to try and do this on the other eye, which I know is not going to go very well. Right, so they are most definitely not even, but I promise when I put lashes on it will tie it all together. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. Just before that, I'm going to finish off the skin. So I'm just going to put some highlighter on, and for this I'm using a mix of two products. I'm using the MAC Mineralise Skin Finish in Global Glow and then the Mary-Louminizer from the Balm Cosmetics. And I'm just taking a Real Techniques setting brush and mixing these two together. Tap off the excess and then just apply this to my cheekbones. And then I'll take a little bit of this on the tip of my nose and a tiny bit up my nose. And then on my Cupid's bow. And a tiny bit of just the Mary-Louminizer under my brow bone. And that is what I do for highlight. So now I'm just going to sort out my lashes, and before I apply false lashes I always like to apply one coat of mascara to my real ones first, just because I feel like it helps them blend in. So I'm just going to curl those, and then I'm going to apply one coat of the L'Oreal False Lash Architect mascara. And then the lashes I'm going to be using today are the Bellflown lashes in the style Whisper. And I'm just going to take a little Eyelure lash glue that I got ages ago. So I've just applied some of the lash glue to the band, and I'm going to wait for these to dry for about 30 seconds, just so it goes tacky and it's so much easier to apply them then. So then I'm just going to lay this down on top of my lash line. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same to the other eye. So my camera just cut out again, and I'm not sure if it caught me saying what I'm going to be using on my lips. So first I'm going to be using the MAC lip liner in the shade Whirl. And then I'm going to go over that with MAC Velvet Teddy. And then in the centre of my lips, I'm just going to apply a little bit of the BUXOM Cosmetics White Russian Lip Gloss, just to make them look a little bit fuller and glossy. And there we go. So that is it for this makeup look. my face is completely done now and I'm ready to film. This is pretty much a makeup look that I do to film in, to take Instagram pictures, but I have recently been adding a winged liner, which I've actually been loving. Usually I just steer clear of winged liners just because I'm so bad at them, but I'm just going to keep practicing and hopefully get a lot better. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Let me know if you would like to see more makeup tutorials from me. Obviously I do wear makeup quite a lot, so I'm more than happy to film them if this is the type of stuff you want to see. Apologies if I don't really seem that upbeat in this video. I don't really know why. Yeah, I just didn't really speak a lot, but I'm now going to go ahead and film another video, and so make sure you subscribe to keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching as always, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, as it just lets me know that you like these type of videos and I can keep filming them if you do. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I'm going to wrap this up here, so I will speak to you guys very, very soon. Bye guys!